So we did our island exploration. Today, I'm in a pristine wilderness in northern Minnesota. There's no cell phone reception, no motors allowed on the water, and nature exists in an extremely pure state. On this lake are many small islands, and I've always been curious about what birds, if any, might live there. After doing some fishing, my dad and I stopped at one of these islands to see if we could find any signs of life. I'm out with my dad here in the North Woods of Minnesota, and I've always been curious about if anything is actually hanging out on these tiny islands. So we're gonna go up to one, walk around, and see if there's any birds that we can see on the island or from the island. It's pretty windy, it is midday, so things are gonna be a little more quiet, but I'm excited to get on this tiny island, see if anything is living there. After a little bit of paddling, we made landfall. What do you think?
I think it's a pretty small island. It's pretty though.
Think there's anything on it?
I bet there is. You have to do a little search.
So we just made it on shore here at the little island. I think I heard a chickadee calling from that other island, but we'll see what we can find up on this one. I don't think it'll take too long to cover the whole thing. We started searching the island and made note of a particular plant that could be a valuable food source for wildlife and people. So all around this island there's these little blueberry bushes, and I think we're a little late in the season, but if you came at the right time, these would just be filled with blueberries that people could eat, or of course animals. Near the end of the island, we had a breakthrough. Oh, there's a bird, there's a bird, there's a bird. That's the song sparrow. Song sparrows summer in northern Minnesota, and it is possible a pair used the island for breeding, although this late in the season I would expect them to have finished nesting by now. Either way, it was exciting to find a bird on the island. So we did find a bird here. It was down at the other end. I saw it first and it hopped kind of along, and then it was making noise and my dad spotted it out here. We also have a bunch of blueberry bushes. So there's one song sparrow here now, but I bet a lot of things come here to take cover, or during migration things probably stop over on these little islands, eat some of the blueberries, get some rest, and then keep going.
Yeah, there's a lot of pine cones and food for them to eat. It's really neat. It's neat to see their natural environment that they live in. They're living here and no one's feeding them a bunch of bird food. They're on their own. It's pretty neat.
All right, let me take you on a tour of the island. So this is the one end back here. And we're at the other end. So it is really not that big of an island. But that song sparrow's hanging out here, and I'm wondering if it's just kind of sheltering from the wind. It got really windy out there. So these areas do provide a ton of cover and just a lot of refuge for birds, whether they're migrating or just stopping over, and food if the season is right. So we did our island exploration. I think that song sparrow is the only bird or mammal on the island. Out on the open water, there have been a ton of loons this week, so I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Right now we're just stopping and appreciating the beautiful view here. It is such a gorgeous location. My dad spotted some fish bones on the island, which is either from people that left it here, or it's possible a bald eagle was eating that fish on the island. There's tons of bald eagles around, also turkey vultures, so they could be using this to feed as well. So we're gonna head out, but it was really fun just exploring this island and finding a song sparrow on it. So I think in the morning you might have more species stopping over here because it is midday, so there's not a ton going on. But we did find evidence that species do use it, and I'm sure at different times of the year you probably get more species here or less. That song sparrow may not be here all the time, but it was really fun to check out. Overall, we had a great time exploring the tiny island. These areas seem to provide important cover, stopover ground, food, and habitat to various animals that live in and migrate through northern Minnesota. Are you surprised by what we found? Let us know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.